Now at 11, rain soaking the tri-state within the last couple of hours, but come morning, we've got additional challenges. Meteorologist Mark Stitz is here to talk about the cold front hitting us and an hours-long SWAT situation in Middletown. Hear from a witness who was on scene for most of it. Plus, a mid-air collision in New Jersey. What officials have learned about the two helicopters involved.
This is WCPO 9 News at 11.
Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight at 11. Tonight's cold front has been bringing rain and severe weather, and soon lower temperatures and even more wind. Your morning is going to look a lot different from this afternoon. A severe storm warning just expired a few minutes ago, but much of the area is still under one. So let's get straight over to WCPO 9 meteorologist Mark Stitz. Mark, what can we expect? Oh, thanks, Mark. We've been keeping an eye on Duke's energy map, and there's a lot of outages in the area. In Indiana, much of it's limited to Connorsville, roughly 50 outages. Really, the western part of Indiana got the worst of the storm so far. When you look at Ohio and Kentucky, there are some outages in the Fairfield area, nearly 100 near Wyoming, but the outage doesn't outpace the Hoosier State as a whole, at least as of right now. We'll keep watching the outages for you here. We're also going to be updating you overnight. As always, you can find the latest weather news on WCPO.com or for free on the WCPO 9 News app. Well, next, there was a large police presence in Middletown earlier this evening, a SWAT situation. This was out on Howard Avenue. It started before 5 o'clock. Our crew member was out there. She was the one that spotted a Middletown police armored personnel carrier there. We spoke with a witness who said officers were using a speaker to repeatedly ask someone to come out of a house on the block.
Next thing I know, they called the trucks up here and they threw the flashbangs in and went in with the dogs, and he never came out. So now they're still on the standoff.
Yeah, that has since concluded. We've contacted Middletown police and city officials for more information. We're still waiting. We'll let you know when we find out more. Well, today, another mid-air crash, this time between two helicopters in New Jersey just before noon. One person was killed and another critically injured. Officials say both are pilots and they were the only ones on board each aircraft. One of the helicopters burst into flames after crashing to the ground. Witnesses describe the terrifying moments leading up to contact.
I see one helicopter slowly descending down in a rotating motion, almost as if the rudder and the tail they'd lost control. And then I see a second one come down with the same issue behind it.
Well, the National Transportation Safety Board has announced that they are investigating the crash. It can often take weeks for the board to issue initial reports, with full investigations lasting a year or more. Back here in the tri-state, the woman accused of causing a police chase across Hamilton County and causing a crash on I-75 is now facing charges. Glendale police told us that they were trying to arrest 55-year-old Diana Kramer yesterday afternoon for violating a protection order when she took off in her car and nearly hit an officer. Police say she hit a concrete barrier at the 71-75 split near Paycor Stadium and another car. No one in that car was seriously injured. Kramer, however, was hospitalized. She has since been released and is now in jail. Kramer faces several charges, including failure to comply and felonious assault on a police officer. Well, a beloved Green Township restaurant has a new scar on the outside of its building. A small fire caused a bit of panic for fans of this decades-old staple. WCPO 9 News reporter Alex Null shows us how it happened was quite unusual. Glad to see him up and running. Well, a reminder for those in the East Walnut Hills area, roads around Vice President J.D. Vance's home will be closed next week. It's unclear why Vance is returning to the area. A press release from the city says closures will begin Monday night and continue through January 4th. You can see some of those affected streets on your screen right now. We also have more information over on WCPO.com. In the new year, several students will get the benefit of new Ohio C pilot program. It will provide free vision screenings, eye exams, and prescription glasses to students whose families might not be able to afford it. Governor Mike DeWine said he wanted to create the program after he and his team learned that only about 1/4 of Ohio students who need additional vision care actually receive it.
You know, when we talk about reading, we talk about kids being successful. If a kid can't see very well, how in the world do we expect them to do well in school or do well in life? So this is a program we're just starting. We think it's going to make a huge difference.
It's been a big priority for the governor. Ohio will test it out in 15 counties next year, including Butler, Warren, and Montgomery, all chosen because they reportedly have the greatest need. The governor says more than 80% of children who fail a vision test in those areas do not receive follow-up care. When experts go into Ohio schools to give these screenings next year, they will also recommend other providers as necessary. Going national, President Donald Trump will hold talks on Monday with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The meeting will take place in Florida at the president's Mar-a-Lago estate. The Prime Minister arrived early today. The two men are expected to talk about implementing Phase 2 of the peace agreement the United States helped broker between Israel and Hamas. Netanyahu is expected to demand that Hamas disarm before Israeli troops further withdraw from Gaza. And the leader of Ukraine also in Florida today, Volodymyr Zelensky and President Trump once again discussing a peace plan to end the conflict with Russia. ABC's Selena Wang reports on the progress the leaders say was made. Well, like Mark said earlier, we're going to see even more impact from this cold front tomorrow morning. We'll touch on lower temperatures and wind in your full forecast. And you might want to put off some of your shopping for a few days. Consumer reporter John Matarese details what's going to be cheaper in January.
You're watching WCPO 9, part of the Scripps News Group.
By now, your holiday shopping is done, but maybe there are still a few things that you didn't get, and you're thinking about making another purchase. Well, consumer reporter John Matarese shows why you may want to wait to save some money so you don't waste your money. We are inching closer to an important deadline for TriHealth patients. We're told TriHealth expected United Healthcare to be out of network come the new year, which could send costs skyrocketing for many patients. That's because the network and the insurance company are still in a contract dispute. TriHealth says that it is arguing for a fair rate, but United Healthcare claims that TriHealth is demanding significant price hikes, quote, the majority of which would come out of the budgets of local employers. TriHealth officials say that they're still hopeful for an agreement. For now, TriHealth patients are encouraged to apply for continuity of care and ask about out-of-network benefits. United Healthcare says they sent TriHealth a new proposal on December 19th and are waiting for a response. All right, back here to bring in Mark Stitz with weather. I was outside as this rolled in, trying to take some video of it, and it was just blowing across the street. It was really, you couldn't see downtown from the station.
Yeah, downtown briefly under severe thunderstorm warning as those storms rolled through.
All right, quick reminder for you tonight. After hitting Batavia, Florence, Coleraine, and Lebanon, it's our Let's Talk community, and it's heading to Southeast Indiana. We want to hear concerns from your neighborhood and what we can do to help. This is your chance to speak directly with members of our newsroom, to ask questions and help shape the stories that we tell. So mark your calendars. It's happening January 22nd from 4 to 6 at the Lawrenceburg Public Library. I will be there alongside Good Morning Tri-State anchor Kristen Scovira, education reporter Deja Gross, and consumer reporter Taylor Nimmo. We do hope to see you there. Also coming back out here, Mark, you said single-digit wind chills, and I almost died.
Yeah, at times, and it may never even get into the teens for wind chills tomorrow afternoon. Again, we're talking winds of 40, 45 miles per hour throughout the day. Highs 27 degrees. Tuesday, more sunshine, lighter wind, but 29. At least we'll get you some 30s for the new year.
I hate to say I'm happy to see 30s on there. Hey, bundle up. Well, that'll do it for WCPO 9 News at 11 this Sunday. Always on at WCPO.com. Join us for GMTS. Take it easy.